Dixie's?
What do you want?
I came to apologize to Dixie.
Not now, Liza.
It's okay, Adam.
There's no need for you to stand here and listen to this now.
All right. Something reminds me of her.
Junior, I just got a copy of Ghost Hunters for the computer. I bought it for your birthday, but, so I'll give it a run. What do you say?
It's okay, sweetheart.
Here.
Would you like to go first, or shall I? I had no idea that my mother could be so cruel and desperate. When your mother told me you slept with my husband, you denied it. I can explain. I'm not interested. When Tad is miserable, Marion is having a 4-star day. What kind of day are you having, Liza? I am so sorry that we hurt you. I took every opportunity, every moment that I could to seduce him.
You can't seduce a man who doesn't want to be seduced.
He was so busy proving himself.
By sleeping with his boss?
At his job. He had invested himself in his job. He had devoted himself to something that he didn't even believe in.
Tad is a grown man. You know, he makes his own choices.
He didn't mean it to go that far.
Well, it did.
It was one night. The night that Jason confessed to Laurel's murder. He thought that you'd never forgive him.
You don't just check out on your vows because you have a disagreement with your wife.
You were furious with him.
We had a marriage, a family, a commitment that he conveniently forgot.
But he was lonely and he was desperate. He thought that he had failed you.
So it just happened.
One time.
One time, 100 times, it doesn't matter.
It does. Dixie, it was a terrible mistake. But he loves you. Please don't punish him for a moment of weakness.
Liza, people have affairs because it's exactly what they want to do. You and Tad fell into bed together, not because Tad and I had a fight, not because Laurel died, because it was exactly what you wanted to do. Isn't that what Tad said on the tape? That if it hadn't been that night, that excuse, you would have found another? I was in a bad mood. The kids were too demanding. There needed to be more starch in his shirt.
I pushed him. I'm the one who chased him.
Oh, you don't get it.
Yes, I do. You are hurt and you're betrayed. The situation is not unique. It happens all the time. After he slept with you, he came home and slept with me. He held me. And never once did he come close to telling me the truth. He was afraid of losing you. He loves you. What we did meant nothing to him.
Somehow that just makes it worse.
If you leave, you will destroy him.
Oh, he'll be fine. Eventually we'll all be fine.
Please, think about this life that you have together. The love that you have. Don't give it up. He doesn't deserve this. It's my fault.
You're in love with him, aren't you?
Many men have made the same mistake.
Yeah, and a lot of them handled it honestly. I had plenty of opportunity. You know what they say. Leopard can't change his spots.
Look, I know everything looks impossible now. But some marriages are stronger after an affair. Couples When they rebuild, they reorder things.
You can't trust me.
Well, not now, but...
Not ever.
Tad, you're going to have to fight for her.
I can't be what she needs.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You are what she needs.
Look at me. Take a good look at me. Not as your son, but as the man that I am.
You're a good man, Tad. You're a good father.
And a lousy husband.
Look, isn't there something I can do?
I don't think that begging the principal to let me back in school is going to work this time.
I can talk to Dixie.
I wouldn't let you. All my life, you've been trying to make up for my mistakes. This is my responsibility. I have to live with it.
Your family still needs you.
Maybe. But they deserve better. I gave this marriage everything I had. And it wasn't enough. In the end, I practically threw it away.
I just wish you'd come to me before.
Why? So you could fix it? Any chance I had in this life, you gave to me. You and Ruth. I couldn't ask for a better teacher, better example of what a husband and a father should be. But no matter how much you love me, I'll never be like Jeff or Charlie. You're my father, and you always will be. But I'm Ray Gardner's son. When it counted most, I didn't measure up.
You made one mistake,
I
Tad.
always make at least one.
Louis, may I just offer one bit of advice?
Sure.
Okay. Don't let Dixie go without making at least one more try.
She begged me to swear that I would never hurt her again. I couldn't do it. At least that's something. I didn't lie to her. I'm not you. I wish I were, but I'm not.
Oh, that was close. Try it again.
I missed it.
Ah, he's coming around. Watch it, watch it. Ah, he got you. What'd you turn it off for?
I stink at this game.
You just need practice.
I hate it.
You worried about your mom? You really like Tad, don't you?
He's fun, and Jamie too.
Well, no matter what happens, you'll still see Jamie.
No, I won't.
Sure you will. Every day, I bet.
In Pigeon Hollow.
What? Pigeon Hollow.
We're moving there.
Well, we'll see about that, okay?
Junior, your mom is, pretty upset right now.
Did Tad kiss Liza Colby again?
Well, it's a lot more complicated than that. Sometimes grown-ups do things that they feel sorry about later.
Why can't Tad just say he's sorry?
Well, he is sorry. But sometimes that's not enough.
Will I still see you if we move?
Adam Chandler Jr., get yourself over here. Nothing in the world is going to keep us apart, ever. You're part of me. You're the best part of me.
You know what I think about you? I smile. When my stock goes down, you pop into my head, I smile again. And when you hit a line drive over the center field fence in Little League, oh boy, there it is. There it is again. And when Winifred makes me eat spinach for dinner, I think, oh boy, an ice cream soda with Junior would taste so much better than this. Whatever it takes. We're gonna be together.
Jamie, too?
Sure, Jamie, too. I'm sure your mom will want him visiting it as much as he can.
But not Tad.
Well, Tad... Junior, I and your mother and Jamie and Tad all love you very much. You know that, don't you? That's never going to change. Now, we're going to work our way through this. I'm not sure just exactly how, but I give you my word, wherever you live, no matter what happens down the road, we, you and me, will always be a family. You and Dixie were just fine before Liza showed up.
Don't blame Liza.
And you were under enormous pressure.
And don't make excuses for me.
Look, there's a difference between making excuses and understanding.
You were always more understanding than I ever deserved.
I know my son.
Do you ever regret it? Adopting me?
Never.
You gave me all my smooth edges, Dad, but I swear you scratched the surface, and old Ray, he's still alive and kicking.
Don't you say that. I don't want you ever to say that again. Now listen to me, Tad. Don't you know, I've hurt your mother hundreds of times in all the years we've been married. And of course, I always promised I'd never hurt her again, and then I did. But Tad, we worked through it.
It's not the same.
Are you in love with Liza?
No.
If you want to save your marriage, you're going to have to fight for it.
This is who I am. Liza saw it, Marion saw it, even Dixie. They all said I could never be faithful to just one woman.
Oh, come. That was for something that happened years ago.
No, for what happened today. I had the best that any man could ever hope for. Dixie made this place a home. She made me better than I am. She gave me her support and her trust. And I broke her heart. That dumb Trey. I think if Mary had never played that tape, I would have told her the truth. I'm some husband and father, all right. It comes down to it. I traded in my family for a one-night stand.
Tad and I fight constantly. We can't even agree on the time.
That doesn't mean that you're not in love with him.
That's ridiculous.
You said the same thing about the affair.
There was no affair. It was just once. Tad loves you. And you love him.
And look where it got us. Our marriage is over.
It doesn't have to be, Dixie.
I'm moving away.
You have no idea how much he loves you.
As much as he loves any woman. Why are you upset, Liza? Isn't this what you wanted?
Dixie, You're not thinking straight.
I think you should just leave.
This is exactly what my mother wanted, was to make Tad miserable.
Goodbye, Liza.
Please. I have never given you any reason to believe me. But I am so sorry. Get out.
You all right? I had a chat with Junior.
How is he?
He's angry and he's confused. About why you're moving back to Pigeon Hollow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to ask you about that myself.
The boy's home is here, Dixie.
I know I need your permission to go.
The custody agreement is quite clear. You're legally bound to keep him close.
I can't. Please, I'm suffocating. I've got to get out of Pine Valley. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, please let me take Junior and go home.
So I see my boy once a month, maybe once every 2 months, a week in the summer.
We'll work it out.
I love that boy. I've tried to be the best father I can to him.
I know that, Adam.
I made more than my share of mistakes with Sky and with Haley, and Junior's my last chance to get it right.
Adam, it's just that people talk. How long before he hears the rumors and the gossip?
Well, we'll protect him.
Part of that tape went out over the air.
I'll personally see that Mary and Colby's run out of this town.
We can't change it. But we can do what's right for our son. I don't want the kids at school teasing him. I don't want him to have to go through an ugly separation.
Is there any other kind?
In West Virginia, I will be building a whole new life for myself. I won't be putting the pieces back together on the mess we've made of this one.
I'll help more. I'll spend more time with Junior.
He'll be fine. He'll make new friends. Nothing will change for you. You can fly down on your corporate jet. You can bring him up here. Anytime. The holidays, whenever.
You'd allow that?
Of course. This isn't about taking Junior away from you. He loves you. He needs his father.
Well, I don't like it. But if you feel that you need to get away from here, I'll support you. I'll have the custody agreement redrafted.
Fine.
So there'll be no question that I can see my son as often as I want. And one other thing.
Can I be a catch?
I would like to fly the two of you down there. I'd like to go with you. I'd like to spend some time with Junior. Help him with the transition.
We both like that. Well, I'm just gonna, stop by home and pick up some things, and we can go.
You mean tonight? Aren't you rushing things?
I need to wake up in West Virginia, Adam, please. I need the calm.
I'll call the pilot.
No arguments, no discussions?
Nope. I'll even go by and pick up your bags if you like.
No, that's okay now. It's better if I go.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, for the best.
Is she gone?
Yes, Liza is gone.
Good.
Hey! Your mom and I were just talking about the move. She wants to go down there tonight, so I volunteered to take you.
But I didn't say goodbye to Jamie yet.
Jamie, well then, fine. You can say goodbye to him now. How would you like your dad coming down there and staying with you in Pigeon Hollow for a while? Maybe get you settled in school and maybe even help pick out a house.
You could?
Sure. This is the beginning of a great new adventure for you. You're going to have a home here and a home there in some of the prettiest country I've ever seen.
But then you'll leave.
Only for a little while. And I'll keep coming back. And you can come up here. It's just like now, except the trip's going to be a lot more fun. You love to fly, don't you?
in your plane?
Well, it's going to be yours, too, now. We'll need it to be together. Okay? Why don't you go with your mom and say goodbye to Jamie, and I will come by and pick you up after I've called the pilot.
Thank you. For everything. Come on, start.
Hey, pal.
Hi.
Hello, Dixie. I know all about her.
Thank you so much.
Well, why don't you stay?
I can't. It's for the best. You tell Ruth that I'll write her as soon as I get settled, okay?
I will.
Can Grandpa Joe come visit?
Well, absolutely. I think he better, huh?
We're gonna miss you.
Pine Valley's my home, you know. My family's here. You and Ruth, Uncle Palmer and Opal, Jamie, Junior's father.
Can't change your mind?
Just don't ask me to say goodbye. You've all meant so much to me.
We love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Ever any way I can help you?
I know.
You gonna give me a hug? Huh? You come up here for one of your visits. We're gonna go out to a ball game.
And Jamie too?
Jamie, too. Take care of your mom, huh?
I will.
Sweetie, why don't you run upstairs and say goodbye to Jamie, okay?
Wait.
And you can look for anything Petra might have left behind, okay?
You can have my Megazords. We'll play with them when we're together.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds good. Okay, go on. Go.
Iris, I was supposed to have drinks with Peterson and Trent Calloway. Call them and cancel. I don't care. Just make an excuse. Tell them I'm sick. I have to go out. I can't be here right now.
I'd like to take some of the pictures, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So what, we need shipped down.
Fine.
You ready? He's going?
Adam volunteered to fly us to West Virginia.
Well, at least you won't be alone.
Hey, you. Hi, baby. Here. Is this for me? I'll cherish it. Cherish it just like I've always cherished you. I'll miss you. I'll miss you too, Pino. But whenever I get lonely, I will take this bear and I will give a great big hug. And I'll think of you.
Hey. Watch out after your mom, okay? And don't spend all your money on video games.
I won't.
Do me a favor, okay? Keep the speed down on the slider just a little bit.
And never let the dugout see the sweat.
You got it. You got so big. I'm gonna miss you. More than you know.
Me too.
Is Jamie going back over to Brooks?
I'll drive him.
No, that's okay. You know what? We can do it.
Please?
That way the boys will have more time together.
Sure, Jamie, I like that.
Oh, wait, guys, let's move it. Come on. Everybody ready? Let's go. You guys are going to see so much of each other's Christmas, the summer vacations and special holidays. Where do I take you fishing? West Virginia side.
Bye, Ted.
Jane has a dentist appointment next Thursday.
I won't forget.
Give me whatever you got on tap.
Trevor. Hello. Mind if I join you? I really hate taking it home. That better not be brandy you're tossing about.
Matter of fact, it's a double.
Well, what about your ticker? Didn't Joe tell him that you...
Joe had the same kind of day I had. Well, come to think of it, he had precisely the day I had. Listen, why don't you ask him and Ruth over and we'll all get blotted together.
Yeah, well, I think you might be on to something there.
I'm telling you, today's heartbreak was one for the record books. I don't know if our family is ever going to be able to recover from this. Oh, my Lord in heaven, would you look over there?
Opal, please, I'm not in the mood. You're all
the
the...
bars, look, right now.
What have you been doing lately? Have you been busy and lots of stuff going on?
Shameless man-eater, she's already got her fangs into Trevor. Of all the nerve. I mean, on the very day the Tokyo Rose broadcast Dad and Dixie's marriage right off the airwaves.
Please, God.
Please, Trevor, I could really use a friend tonight.
Somehow, Toots, I don't see us as amigos.
I can be very simpatico.
Why don't you go simpatico somebody else?
Look, we can talk about anything you like. Politics, the weather, baby Amanda, how is she? You know, there's an old saying, a son is a son until he takes a wife, and a daughter is a daughter all of her life. We're very lucky, aren't we? We have two beautiful girls. Treasure your daughter. Trevor, treasure her.
You just look at that homewrecker. She's schmoozing and boozing guilt-free. Boy, you better get me out of here, Palmer, before I just march over there and give that marriage mangler a piece of what...
No, Opal, no. This one's for me, in Dixie's honor. Good evening, Trevor.
Palmer, hey, Opal, why don't you wait on in here?
Oh, I hate to intrude.
Oh, please, the more the merrier. Right there, Marion?
Well, Marion, I'm surprised to see that you can take time out of your very busy schedule to have cocktails, etc.
Oh, well, all work and no pay, Palmer.
Don't you have any marriages to tear asunder?
To what are you referring?
Well, I know you've had a very busy and a very full day, but there is your quota to consider. You see, for every tree that falls in rainforest corresponds with a life that you have uprooted and destroyed.
Whatever you're thinking that you know, Palmer, you are misinformed.
What are we talking about here?
You didn't see the cutting edge?
I don't wash that trash.
Oh, stupid. I'm sorry. So Marion somehow got her claws on a tape on Tad confessing that he'd slept with Liza. And then somehow she contrived to get it on the air.
That drink ought to help you, huh?
Well, thanks to Marion, Tad and Dixie's marriage is finished. But here she is, unrepentant, trawling the bars looking for male companionship. Marion, you can score 1,000 one-night stands, but you will always wake up in the morning unloved and unwanted. At the bottom of the glass, at the end of the day, all you will have to show for yourself are dregs.
Good night, Trevor.
Well, you really hit her where she lives, Lobster.
Scary lady. So Tad did the nasty with Liza. Dixie deserves better than that. I hope she gets it.
Well, I know that Ted is beside himself. I can't figure how he's going to cope without Dixie.
Well, that's too bad. I think Tad and Liza deserve each other.
You come to apologize, you're too late.
come to explain I'm not interested. But if by any chance you're packing a gun, you could do me a big favor and shoot me in the head. I didn't think so. Guess it's just one of those days. Good night, Liza.
Tonight may not be the best time to do this.
Do what? Some kind of post-mortem on my marriage?
I can come back tomorrow or the next day, or I can come back next week. But I think we really need to talk about what happened at the station. Not to absolve me, but if you know the whole story, it might help you.
I seriously doubt it. If you want to talk, fine. I'll listen. Just do me a favor, would you? Talk slowly and succinctly, because I don't know what it is, but lately I've been having a hard time following a single train of thought down the tracks. You know what I mean?
I went to see Dixie.
She didn't throw you out?
She was quite nice under the circumstances. She said she was leaving town with Junior.
They're already gone.
I know that it's too late for damage control, and it's really beyond my right to repair.
Smart girl. Too smart for me. That tape was brilliant. You won.
I don't think that there are any winners. I started this, and my mother brought it to some horrific conclusion. Dixie was hard as hit, but she's going to be okay.
And how could you possibly know that?
We have the sidelines to get a pretty good idea about who's going to finish. She's going to make it.
What about you?
Well, she had an advantage over me. I really hate to lose, which is not nearly the same as being a winner. The biggest loser in all of this is you.
I'm the king of the losers. I lost everything I cared about tonight. Everything.
I taped our conversation in New York after the affiliates meeting. I had the tape machine running in my hotel room.
Sure. You never know when somebody's going to stop by and say something incriminating.
I don't know why I made the tape.
To boost ratings?
You slept with me, and then you signed off on me. I was like some lapse in judgment or something. And then you went after my job. I was disposable. I mean, was I supposed to just roll over? I wasn't supposed to fight back?
You did. You started a nifty little whisper campaign against me.
And then Adam handed you my job? I was cheated again. I mean, you had this perfect wife and these children in this wonderful house, and your star was rising as host of The Cutting Edge. All I had was my job title. And you took that from me. I had nothing. And that's when I called Nora Buchanan, and I tried to find out about filing harassment charges.
To brand me as a card-carrying lech.
I needed to hold my ground. Everything that I had was being repossessed. And then Adam caved in. He gave me my job back.
Well, now I suppose all was right with the world. What the hell? You probably held on to the tape for sentimental reasons, right?
I destroyed it. But somehow my mother, she found it, she heard it, she listened to you slam her, and she wanted to use it against you.
What do you mean, somehow she found it? What'd you do, leave it lying next to all your swinging disco favorites?
When you came to my house tonight to downsize what our lovemaking had meant to you, I drank too much and I fell asleep. I woke up, my mother was hovering. She was obviously rummaging around looking for something to use against you.
She certainly came to the
She
right
duped
place.
the tape without my knowledge.
She duped all of us. Your mother duped me out of a marriage. She duped me out of my life.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you will ever know how sorry I am.
You're right. I never will. But as far as giving credit where credit is due is concerned, I'm afraid I'm going to have to point the finger at the guy that slept with you and then tried to make up for his mistake by stealing your job. I'm the one that started it. It finished me. I gambled with my marriage and lost my wife. But as far as the role you and your mother played in this is concerned, sorry doesn't begin to cut it. Did you actually think you could come here and explain this and I wouldn't hold it against you? I mean, despite the fact that my wife is gone, my family's in pieces, and my life is basically ruined, you thought I'd just be able to process all of this and say, oh, I get it. It's really Typhoid Marian's fault. She's the one with the agenda. You had nothing to do with blowing my marriage to pieces because, after all, it was your mother's hand on the detonator. Well, gee, Liza, I feel so much better. Now we can be friends. Is that what you thought was going to happen?
I guess I'm just a hopeless optimist.
Yeah, well, let's look at the dark side of this for a minute, shall we? My wife is gone and she's not coming back. Tonight I'll probably go to bed without eating anything because even if I could, I wouldn't be able to keep it down. And I'll lie there staring at her pillow for hours until I fall asleep around 2:30. And then I'll wake up tomorrow around 5:30 because the truth is I was never really able to sleep in our bed if she wasn't there anyway. I'll lie there in the dark thinking about how I'll never hear her laugh again. About how I'll never see that smile when I walk through the door at the end of the day. This house used to be such a wonderful place to live. It was my home. Now it's nothing. It's just empty. As far as I'm concerned, it should be condemned, and me along with it.
If I could do anything to change it, I would. I really would.
Oh, well. And isn't this just a cozy little scene? And so original. How long after Dixie left did it take you to call Liza for a little comfort, Tad, huh? How many times are you going to sleep with my daughter before she realizes you're a user of people, Tad?
Shut up, Marian.
Thanks to you, I've lost my daughter. But I will be damned if I'm going to let you have her.
Marian, shut the hell up. Get out. Now.
How can you let him touch you?
You don't know what you're talking about, Mother.
Liza, can't you see what he's doing here? He's using Dixie's departure to get your sympathy.
You are way off base.
He wants your pity. And once he loosens you up, honey, he's going to come in for the kill.
Mother, this is not the
You are going to wake
time
up tomorrow
or the
morning. He's
place.
going to say, oh, this has always been a terrible mistake, you know, because now he's free to sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with.
Mother.
You know, why recycle when there's so many young bodies you can conquer out there?
You love me, even the tiniest bit. Please, not another word. Please.
I do love you. And that's why I can't let you get involved with him again. He can have any woman he wants, Liza.
Mother.
Just be the one who doesn't surrender. Be the one who doesn't succumb to his lies and his boyish charm. He doesn't deserve your...
Mother!
Shut up.
Go. Now. I mean it.
Liza, you are not 16 anymore. You are old enough to know better. You wear your heart on your sleeve, he's going to slice it to ribbons.
I'm going to take you home, okay?
No, do you
Come
remember
on.
the other night when you had too much to drink? Well, it wasn't the champagne that you were intoxicated on. There is no 12-step program for your addiction. Your name is Liza Colby, and you are...
No, Mother, enough! Enough! Please.
Some people say that sex is terrific for the complexion, but in your case, I really think it's made you stupid.
Stop it! She's right. Shut up. You've done more than enough damage for one day. You leave her the hell alone. You're here?
I'm here to protect my daughter from you.
How'd you know where to find her?
It's common knowledge.
Common knowledge? By now, the only thing that's common knowledge in this one-horse town is that my wife is gone. And after a few martinis, you figured you'd be able to swing by and fill the vacancy. Isn't that right?
Did it ever occur to you that I came by for a sympathy call?
Is that what this is? What, you've got some kind of, maybe a pot roast in the backseat of your car? The way to a man's bed is through his stomach? Is that it? I'd starve to death before I'd touch you.
Why don't you just go ahead with what you were doing before I walked in, Tad? Why don't you just go at it all night long, okay? And when you wake up in the morning, in the afterglow, you'll realize what a big mistake you made, but then, of course, it'll be far too late, won't it?
Good night, Marion. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Well, what can I say? Good night.
Liza? Listen, what your mother said, we both know that's not what this night was about. I never got it before. She almost destroyed you, didn't she?
What I understand, mothers from hell are quite common. It's what keeps shrink summer homes in the Hamptons. The boom industry of the 20th century.
There's nothing common about Marion. She's, toxic with a vengeance. She's quite a soul buster.
After all these years, it just makes me sad. You know, when I was younger, and I would go to bed at night, and I would say my prayers, I had a really hard time thanking God for her. And I would wonder what it would be like if she died like Dad. And I used to cry because I didn't feel sad. I just felt relief, you know.
I used to get garbage like that heaped upon me all the time when I was a little kid. To this day, I can't get rid of Ray Gardner's voice inside my head, no matter how hard I tried to shut it off.
think child abuse comes in all forms. Mine was obvious. Marion's was a little different. A little more insidious. She never touched you. Never left a mark on you. That doesn't mean it didn't hurt like hell.